I came up with the name, A New Day, A New Vision, it's my life philosophy. It's what I breathe and live every moment of every day. We think a lot about our past, we think a lot about our future, but the day we can have the most impact on every part of our being is today. So every morning when I wake up, I can create a new vision for that day and make choices during the day with that vision in mind. And then tomorrow, if I haven't had a great day today, tomorrow starts a brand new day again, and I can create that vision one more time. Isn't that what we all want? We all want everything. And All I Want Is Everything, as the title of the book, was the most natural title for me to come up with. Many years ago, I realized that I had a lot of things, but I was missing something. There was one thing, it appeared to me. I had the money, I had the house, I had a great relationship, I had my faith in children. There was something missing. And the part that was missing was my happiness and the joy that I should feel every day. And that's what I want people to understand, is that they can have everything. But you need to define what your everything is. I wrote this book so I could share my 25 years of experience of living a joyous life. People tend to think very negatively day to day, and if we look for the joy within each and every day, you have a lifetime of joy. And I wanted to share that with everyone. I want everyone to be aware of their choices and look with awareness at every moment. The moment was when I drove through the mountains. We were on a vacation and we were behind in time, and there was a road closed due to a rock slide, and I was all stressed out. And we drove through the mountains and I saw people having fun, and they were having genuine, enjoyable times, and they had much less than I did. And that's when I knew that I needed to find the happiness and integrate that back into my life. I've always been really good at figuring things out and keeping journals and writing down exactly what worked and what didn't work. And I went back and poured over all this information and created this guide for other people so they wouldn't have to go through all the trials and tribulations of things that worked and things that didn't work. It's kind of a fast track. Well, I think most of us are out of balance. We live a pretty stressful life with our phone ringing, with everything going on, all the demands put upon us and the demands that we put upon ourselves. So it's very hard at any moment to be in perfect balance. But it's not about perfection. It's about awareness of what you need to add in, what you need to let go of. It's about being kind to yourself. It's about knowing how to say no and to not feel badly about it. It's created by awareness and choice again. Those are the two things you must have within your life to be happy, to find the balance. Yes, I do say it is all about us, and it is not self-serving unless you let your ego play a part in that. We have to be strong and we have to be bright of spirit ourselves in order for us to share with others. It is very important that we understand that we are a gift to ourselves. We were given this as a gift to share with others. But if we don't think of ourselves as a gift, we let ourselves become harmed by other people, whether physically or verbally, and it knocks us down. And then we can't come to it with a position of strength. We come to it from a position of weakness and needing our own needs filled. When you're strong of spirit, you can come to it and share. You're like a pebble that you've dropped in the water, and your vibrations will touch everyone. You can't do that unless you understand how important you are, not to the exclusion of others, but to the inclusion of others. It's always a good idea for people to set themselves off a little bit by writing across the lines, edge of paper to edge of paper. In school, we're told to stay within the lines, fit in within the norm. And when we write our journals, a lot of times we feel very confined by making sure we write on the lines and keep it all straight. By turning your paper sideways, it puts you a little bit uncomfortable. You're a little bit uneasy with being unconfrontational. So what you end up doing is you end up reaching that deep spot within a little bit quicker. It doesn't take you as long to really feel the inside. You can find that spot within. I write all of my books writing them, and I write line to line across the lines. I never write anything on the lines. It can just call to yourself that deepness within your mind, that uncomfortableness that finds what you're really feeling inside. Oh, we all need a life map. Would you set out on any trip driving without a map and a destination in mind? Yet we do with our life every single day. I mean, you may want to end up your life happy, well-adjusted, have looked back over your entire life and appreciated those moments. And unless you have that map to refer to, it may become a blur. You may just be on the highway taking off and everything is going by you, and you get to the end of your life and you say, how did I miss all that? At what point did I not realize that my children were growing up, that my grandchildren were, growing up and aging, and how did I get this old? When you create a map, it stops you all along the way. And yes, your map will change. The map that you create when you're in your 20s or 30s might not be the same map as when you're in your 60s, but your destination, who you want to be, always remains the same. Most of the women that have gone through the book and done the questions become more aware, and that's really my goal with the book, is to make people aware that they have choices. They can determine how to live every moment of every day. Everything is a choice. It enriches their lives. I've had a woman tell me that her life went from ordinary to extraordinary and nothing changed but her. We can only change ourselves. As much as we'd like to change everyone else, we can only change our thoughts, our behaviors, our reactions to things. As I told you earlier, I've had women tell me that their husbands ask, why are you being so nice to me? Why are you so calm? Why don't you get upset anymore? You're just more enjoyable to be around. And I think we just all get so stressed out from our lives that if we don't make us a priority, that's what happens. It's just a general decline in our health, in our happiness, in the way we interact with everyone. You can have a joyous life. You can. It just takes a little bit of work. We all feel it's supposed to come naturally. Nothing comes naturally. You have to work at it. One of my favorite quotes is, "A life is like a piece of paper on which everyone leaves their mark." My hope is that the mark that I leave on your paper will carry you to the end of your journey, happy. And when you leave this earth, it's with the knowledge of all the joy that you've seen. Every moment being, by choice, one that can be joyous and happy for you. That's what I would love to give everyone.